This video is for educational purposes only and strategies that I use in my personal portfolio. Nothing in this video guarantees profits or future performance. While retail investors are sitting in cash out of pure fear, thinking that the market is at an all-time high and ready to crash, Wall Street is quietly positioning itself for one of the greatest wealth transfers in modern financial history. If you click off this video right now, you are choosing to stay blind to the exact structural mechanics that are driving the market higher right now, guaranteeing you miss the window before the remaining trillions of dollars flood back into equities. The absolute worst mistake you can make right now is sitting on the sidelines watching everyone else build generational wealth simply because you didn't understand the real numbers behind the rally. Before I dive into the core data, I have a massive announcement that represents a genuinely life-changing opportunity you can't afford to miss. This Saturday, which is tomorrow, May 16th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, my exclusive masterclass webinar returns. My free masterclass webinar. Historically, students report learning more in that 1 hour with me than anywhere else. During the webinar, I'll be teaching and pulling back the curtain on advanced institutional tactics, including hedge funds, exact methods, dark pool analysis, and my own proprietary dark pool and analytical tools. These are the exact same strategies I teach in my Discord community, which thousands of students have already utilized to drastically scale and optimize their portfolios. To prove these strategies work on any account size, I've also applied them directly to my personal micro challenge account. As you guys can see right there, that is scaled from 900 to over 8,000, an explosive 788% return in just over a year. And simultaneously, using those exact same strategies, I scaled my mid-sized portfolio from $250,000 to $1.7 million right here. A massive 580% gain in the same time frame using the same strategies. As you guys can see, the large account grew almost 600%, the small account grew almost 800%, still very similar for a massive size difference between the accounts. This is because my strategies are consistent. Remaining spots for tomorrow's webinar are strictly limited and there are only a handful of seats remaining. I'll be hosting a live, unrestricted Q&A session at the end, and this is a rare market environment, and tomorrow is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I will have a huge announcement and opportunity for you to take advantage of. Click the link below to register for the webinar right now. Very limited spots. It's in the information box below. Now let's pivot directly into what's actually happening under the hood of this economy. In this video, I'm going to completely deconstruct the market bubble narrative using objective historical valuation comparisons, and the mainstream media completely ignores these. I'm going to break down the true forward PE ratios of the S&P 500 in the bubble and compare it to today to show you guys where we stand today and to the devastating peaks of 2000 and 2008 and look at the stunning reality of corporate earnings growth. And furthermore, I'm going to analyze why a significant portion of mega cap tech stocks aren't fully participating in this leg of the rally yet and expose the massive cash piles sitting on the sidelines and detail how to identify high profitability, capitulation setups using exact dark pool strategies and tracking mechanics, and institutional players are using these and masking their size. However, be safe in this market. There's no guarantees. It is very volatile, as the market always is. No more than 5 to 10% of your portfolio in any one stock. Do your due diligence and protect your capital, as the market is very risky. First, I want to discuss the bubble myth. Let's tackle the biggest piece of misinformation circulating through the financial world today. The claim that we are living through a repeat of the 2000 dot-com bubble or the 2008 financial crisis. To understand why this narrative is fundamentally flawed, we have to look directly at the valuations, Michael Burry McBlurry. During the peak of the dot-com bubble in March of 2000, the forward price to earnings ratio of the technology sector stretched to a staggering 60x to 66x earnings. Companies with zero revenue and negative net income were being assigned multi-billion-dollar valuations based purely on clicks and conceptual hype. In 2008, the market was structurally broken due to toxic systemic credit leverage. Now, let's take a look at this in contrast with recent history. In June of 2025, when the SPY was trading right around $645 mark, the forward PE ratio of the S&P 500 was sitting at an elevated level, hovering very close to 29.7. Many analysts, including McBlurry, screamed from the rooftops that we were in a bubble. Fast forward now to today, in May of 2026, and the SPY is trading roughly $100 higher than it was last year, yet the forward PE ratio is actually compressed down to 21. This last 6 months was really just a valuation reset. Think about it. The profound nature of that metric. The price of the index went up significantly, but the valuation multiple went down. How is that mathematically possible? Well, it happens because the core corporations within the S&P 500 did exactly what they were designed to do. They generated record-shattering earnings. Earnings grew faster than the stock prices, structurally de-risking the index and lowering the multiple. This is exact opposite of the speculative bubble that we're supposed to be in. It is a market being fundamentally justified by true corporate profitability and cash flows. Using precise technical analysis and deep fundamental charting, I've been calling this structural expansion for months while Michael Burry was screaming bubble from the rooftops. It's the exact reason why I was able to successfully alert projected major bottoming and breakout movements in alpha-generating equities across the sectors. Let's take a look at those now. Intel, spotting institutional accumulation before the cyclical turnaround. Palantir, capitalizing on massive enterprise-scale software scaling. Oracle, just a month ago, identifying structural migration of heavy enterprise cloud infrastructure. We did this a month ago in Discord, and I'm up personally over $60 a share and over $100,000 in put options. Navitas Semiconductor, Walmart, Wayfair, and AMD. These weren't just random guesses. They were clear, data-driven, technical entries found by hunting for quality setups where the fundamentals and technical charts are aligned perfectly before the rest of the market woke up. I also want to talk about the silent rally and the geopolitical resiliency. The second core reason why this market is structurally sound is because concentration, or rather the lack thereof, in the current leg. The mainstream media wants you to believe that the handful of mega cap tech names are unsustainably dragging the whole market higher. But if you look closely at the charts right now, major market heavyweights like Meta Platforms and Microsoft aren't even fully participating in this immediate breakout leg. They have been consolidating, digesting their prior gains, and trading in clean, healthy ranges. If the broader market index is hitting new milestones while some of its largest historical drivers are resting, that indicates massive internal strength and a healthy rotation into the broader market sectors. The market is climbing a wall of worry. Think about the persistent anxieties over geopolitical conflict, global tensions, and oil prices spiking over the last several months. Why hasn't the market collapsed under the weight of those headlines? Because the market is a forward discounting mechanism. The fear, the uncertainty, the worst case scenarios regarding energy supply disruptions are already heavily priced into the current tape. That is precisely why the market has remained incredibly resilient and flat rather than breaking down. The true asymmetrical opportunity lies ahead of us. The moment these geopolitical overhangs reach a conclusion, or we see a stabilized trade framework emerge with global partners like China, a massive cloud of uncertainty lifts. And furthermore, we are looking at a highly profitable interest rate cut coming down the pipeline within the next few months, maybe in the next month or two. And this could potentially happen under the guidance of the new Federal Reserve leadership. When those structural pivots occur, the cost of capital drops, corporate margins expand further, and this market will have the fundamental fuel to fly. The broader economy and corporate America are performing at a substantially higher level than the average retail investor truly realizes. Let's also talk about the macroeconomic data. To validate this thesis, we don't just look at opinions, we look at the hard macroeconomic data that has rolled in over the past few consecutive months. When you organize and analyze these data points collectively, they paint a very strong picture of a remarkably resilient economic landscape. The S&P Global PMI, services and manufacturing consistently above the 50 expansion threshold, indicating steady, non-inflationary operational growth. The housing markets, starts and permits, highly resilient despite historical mortgage rates. The demographic and structural undersupply are keeping the housing robust. Look at the unemployment rate. Hovering historically low, near 3.8 to 4%, reflects a deeply stable and consuming domestic workforce. And look at the weekly jobless claims, consistently stabilizing below key historic thresholds. This confirms that the widespread corporate layoffs remain completely absent. And when you break down the S&P 500's global purchasing power and managers index PMI across both the services and the manufacturing sectors, we see numbers consistently holding in expansionary territory. This proves that the real business output, the new orders, and the commercial demand are actively moving forward. Look at the housing market. Despite coping with structural higher interest rates over the past few cycles, home builder sentiment, housing starts, and building permits have shown staggering stability. Why? Because structural undersupply and strong consumer balance sheets are supporting valuations. Now look at the labor market. The unemployment rate remains pinned near historic lows, and weekly initial jobless claims continue to print numbers well below critical warning thresholds. The labor market isn't fracturing, it's normalizing. When people have stable jobs, they spend money. When they spend money, corporate revenues expand. The structural data proves beyond a shadow of a doubt the foundational economy is in a far superior position than the doomers on your social media feeds want you to believe. If you are realizing right now just how much critical market data you've been misinterpreting, that is exactly why you need to be in my masterclass webinar tomorrow, this Saturday, May 16th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. I'm breaking down these exact macroeconomic scripts and showing you step by step how to translate this macro data into actionable daily and weekly trade setups. The link to register is below. Do not miss it. And remember, we have a massive announcement in the webinar and a literal game-changing opportunity lined up for tomorrow's attendees. You do not want to miss this. And the seats are almost completely locked out. Do not let another highly profitable market cycle pass you by because you were lacking the institutional knowledge and how to read the tape correctly. And be sure to click the link in the information box below to register right now. Let's talk about the absolute ocean of capital waiting to ignite this market. Right now, as confirmed by official investment company Institute data, there's a record-shattering 7.75 to 7.8 trillion sitting completely idle in money market funds. Think about that scale of capital. Millions of retail and institutional investors panicked over the last 2 years and parked their money in cash instruments to collect a safe yield. But cash yield is a depreciating asset when equities are entering a structural expansion. The capital cannot stay there forever. To understand the sheer magnitude of what happens when the sideline capital returns, let's look at recent political and economic precedents. Last year, when the Trump administration systemically canceled the highly restrictive trade tariffs, it triggered an immediate wave of corporate confidence. Over $300 billion flooded directly out of cash instruments and straight into the equity markets in a matter of weeks, sparking a massive leg up. Look what happened last summer. Now you do the math on current situations. As the global conflict reaches definitive conclusions and as macroeconomic data prints clear stability, and as the Federal Reserve begins to actively start cutting rates, money market yields will drop. Wall Street consensus estimates that between $300 billion and $500 billion of that $7.8 trillion will pile instantly and rotate back into equities to hunt for higher returns. When that wall of liquidity hits the order books, it creates a massive structural squeeze. You want to buy your positions before that money arrives in the market, not after it's pushed up your favorite stocks another 30%. This also brings us to the core execution strategy, buying high quality capitulating stocks that are bleeding or consolidating at deep artificial discounts. In the stock market, real wealth is generated by buying asset classes when they are experiencing maximum psychological exhaustion, not when they are a headline story for the financial television. And right now, the discrepancy between current trading prices and the objective long-term price target set by institutional analysts is wider than we have seen in years. Let's look at the actual data points. Meta Platforms currently trading around $620 level, yet top-tier Wall Street analysts hold consensus price targets stretching over $900 per share within the next 12 to 24 months. Microsoft sitting at a suppressed price of $430 despite institutional targets maintaining strong valuations well above $650. Let's look at SoFi trading at an incredible compressed valuation around $15 while multi-year fundamental targets are modeled out and up to $30 per share as their banking profitability scales. Navitas Semiconductor currently trading at an absolute steal even at around $22 while the highest institutional analyst price targets sit significantly higher than that, acknowledging their dominance in next generation power electronics. This massive gap between reality and institutional targets represents pure opportunity. But to capitalize on that, you must possess emotional and psychological mastery. Trading psychology is the absolute foundation of long-term profitability. If you cannot overrun the human instinct to panic sell when a stock is testing a new macro demand zone, you will always be the liquidity for the institutions. Learning how to identify structural capitulation, read the tape objectively, and confidently deploy capital when high-quality stocks are sitting at deep structural discounts is exactly what separates professional wealth managers from retail traders. This psychological blueprint is one of the core pillars I'm teaching at tomorrow's free masterclass webinar. Don't miss it. Link to register is below. We also have to talk about the dark pool data. Dark pools are private financial exchanges designed explicitly for institutional investors and hedge funds to execute massive block orders without exposing their hand to the public retail exchanges. If a multi-billion-dollar hedge fund wants to accumulate $5 million worth of shares of a stock like Intel or Navitas, and they just go out and dump that into the New York Stock Exchange in a public order all at one time, the price would instantly rocket upwards 5 $5, $10 or more all instantly and running their average price up at the same time. Instead, they utilize dark pools to quietly and systematically fill their blocks completely out of sight and out of mind from the average retail trader. They manipulate the public sentiment by keeping the headlines looking highly at bearish scenarios while they accumulate massive positions at macroeconomic support levels. And once their accumulation phase is fully complete, the volume prints hits the tape and the public order flow shifts, and that stock rapidly expands out of the base. If you are only looking at the base retail charts and the public order books, you are trading completely blind. You are entering the game after smart money has already positioned itself and is getting ready to distribute. Learning how to track institutional dark pool prints allows you to see exactly where the largest market participants are committing real capital, giving you the ultimate edge to trading alongside the institutions instead of getting run over by them. Understanding the mechanics of dark pool data, tracking institutional money rotation, and mastering the psychological strength required to buy market capitulation are not optional skills. They are mandatory if you want to survive and win in this market. Tomorrow, May 16th, 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, is your opportunity to fundamentally upgrade your financial trajectory. The seats for this free masterclass are practically almost gone. The market setup right now is historically explosive, and the live session will provide you the exact technical and psychological tools you need to navigate the incoming liquidity wave. Be sure to use the link below right now to secure your spot in tomorrow's free masterclass webinar, and make sure to stay on top of the market. I will see you at the webinar tomorrow, and I will see you in the Discord real soon. Be sure to be safe out there in these volatile times. One love, fam.